Started this segment talking about freedom of thought. If you ask yourself, do you support people's right to think independently? Do you support that? Now, most Americans, not all of them, most are going to say, yeah. Well, if you support free thought and people's right to be intellectually autonomous and think what they think, brace yourself. And people have a right to be racist, to be sexist. Unless you don't really support free thought and you're puritanical. Because if these people do not have the right to believe, to think differently than you do, regardless of how right you think you are, if these people do not have a right to challenge that, to think against it, to think another way, to disagree with the doctrine, you don't support free thought. You are puritanical. You are a theocrat, a totalitarian. If you're trying to take away people's rights to think what they think, you are John Cotton. So what does that mean? If that's true, if you still, okay, well, no, I do believe in free thought. People do technically, I guess, have a right to be racist. What does that mean? If you want to change the world, what does that mean? If you take that attitude and you take away the totalitarianism, the Puritanism, and people do have a right to be racist, sexist, whatever else, but yet you still want to change the world. I want to save it. That means you have to convince people. You've got to be able to change their mind. If you really, really want to achieve Star Trek, you got to win hearts and minds. Good luck with that agitprop, identity politics, telling people that just because they're white, they're racist oppressors. That's going to help you a lot. It goes back to what I was talking about back in the 1960s. You had these nut jobs who were giving shelter to things that probably were pretty unsavory. So by telling people they're not allowed to question racial doctrine, to think there's a difference between men and women, that boys have penises and girls have vaginas, oh, you're not allowed to think what? Basically turning them against your cause and giving aid and comfort to the batshit extremists on the other side. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity and inclusion. Some of the shit coming from the left is some of the least inclusionary stuff I've ever heard. You're not allowed to dissent. You can't go into the DEI meeting and dissent. I question you'll be able to keep your job if you went in there and vehemently denied the racial doctrine saying whiteness is evil. And that just because you were born white, you're an oppressor. You're a racist. Automatically. And good luck disagreeing with the fact that only white people can be racist. Nobody else can be racist. Just white people. Take that attitude, take that argument into your DEI meeting. You're still going to have a job? You're going to be written up? You're going to fail your re-education course?